Hi. Today's a hand day, so it'll be a little bit inventive. If you have here's a thought. If you have hand and wrist issues too, one thing you can consider is either, oh God, it's getting like a weight or a parallel bar. I don't know if you guys have these, but they can, just for my friends who have a hard time weight bearing, or for your students who might, then you can hold on to them and not have your wrist in flexion, right? So you can do a lot on these guys, obviously, but without having to flex the wrist. So these can be nice little tools to have, and the parallel bars certainly aren't that expensive. You can grab them on like Amazon or something. So just a little thought. We are doing, for those who may not know, we're doing some hand balancing today, which means hip opening, which will be fun. So I've been thinking about, hold on, I'll grab our little playlist for us. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. So if you have Spotify, you don't necessarily want to use it if you've got ads, but if you've got Spotify and you would like to listen along with my musical playlist, you can. Otherwise, if you like silence, great. Or if you have your own thing, great. So it's totally up to you. Don't start it quite yet. I'm just going to chat at you for a minute. So there's this great story that I've been reflecting on about an elephant. And the elephant is walking through the marketplace, right? And the elephant's trunk, he's so curious and so interested in everything that he's touching all the things and grabbing all the things and just, wants to like be involved in everything. And of course, it's making a big disruption. And so, but then when we gave the elephant a stick, the elephant was like, oh, I've got my stick. And he just kind of calmly walks through the marketplace now, not making a big fuss over everything. And this is like our mind, of course, right? So our minds, without something to harness our awareness to, will go everywhere based on habitual conditioning that we have, like, and we can't control it. We can't control it. Here's the thing, you guys. Think of 3 movie titles. 3 movies. 3 movies. Now, you all thought of 3 different movies. And if you just think about one of those movies, you were actually not in control of the movie that you thought of. Your mind went somewhere. Like you could have thought of The Irishman, or you could have thought of Princess Bride, or you could have thought of, Goodfellas or whatever, Italian mobster movies. But your mind instead brought 3 movies to you, and there was no way for you to control which ones it picked up. So as much as we are in control of our mind, we're really not. It's like this kind of co-creation with this amazing tool that we have, right? But we're not in control of where it goes. That's based on a little bit of mystery and a lot of what our conditioning is. But what we can control is our awareness. And so that's what we practice doing. And in yoga practice, and this is something that I've seen come up, oftentimes we meditate on things, which is really good. That's like giving our mind a stick. It's like saying, hey, bring your awareness here, right? We practice focusing our awareness onto one thing and it goes away, and that's fine. And then we bring it back. And that's the practice of the stick holding. And when we're doing a visualization meditation, or we're doing, like a breath meditation, that's actually giving our mind something to focus on, but that's not the point. That's not the end. The purpose of our meditation is to then let go of the stick so that we actually are in the space of our own presence and awareness. It's like we're in that space that's beyond the things. And that in that space of awareness, we can watch the mind and its contents come and go without necessarily getting wrapped up in it, without grabbing onto the stick and running through the bazaar or making a big mess in the bazaar. We come back to that space of awareness. But oftentimes the mind is so excitable, like a puppy, that we need to first give it the stick. And that's part of what our yoga, the physical yoga practice, is for. It's for us to give our body sensations, attention, the breath. It's to give it something to harness to so that we can practice that step of just sort of clearing the decks of all the habitual stuff that usually shows up. So that's what I'm going to invite us into today through the delightful and fun practice of hand balancing. So you can go ahead and you can start up start your song engines, if you will. And come into Sukhasana. So come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Today, you're going to want a couple blocks Blocks are going to be your friend. So crossing at the shins, not just the ankles. So Sukhasana, we want to be right in the middle of the shins. So sometimes we cross at the ankles, but that is Siddhasana, which is a slightly different posture. And go ahead and widen your seat a little bit. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, or take any little movements here. Just kind of invite us to start circling inwards. Start bringing our attention back to our own space. And then start to let yourself settle and become a little bit more still. And then we just practice sitting with what is. You can let your eyes close and take a few moments almost mentally to create a space around you where this can be just for you. So we start by letting go of some of those distractions out in the world, the roles, responsibilities, to-do lists, and we make it really simple. We come to sit in ourselves in this moment, in this time, in this space. And we can help ourselves do that by feeling the sensations of our physical body, which are an immediate access point to what is real right now. Create space for whatever is arising here. So step back and create lots of room for the sensations you feel, the thoughts that may come and go. And start to bring your attention a little bit more intentionally. Bring your awareness to your breath, so that the breath acts as our stick. It acts as a focal point for our awareness that we can practice returning to. Take 3 deep breaths. Make them yummy. You can exhale out through your mouth to relax your jaw, your face. Nice and easy. Bring your hands to the center of your heart. Bring the thumbs into your heart center. And for a moment, let your awareness and your presence settle at your heart center. It's like a little soft, warm feeling of energy. And acknowledge your intention today in just bringing your awareness back to your own body, your own breath, moment by moment. And creating space for you to arrive and be present. Take a deep breath in. Nice big exhale out. Float your eyes open. Make your way onto your hands into your knees. Place your hands outer shoulder distance apart. Line up the outside of your shoulder with the center of your wrist. Turn your hands out just a little bit. And then lift the heels of your hands up so your knuckles stay down. So it's just a little bit of a lift. So I'm lifting the heels of my hands up. It might feel like a super intense stretch through the base of your palm. If it is, it just means you need it. Good. Slowly. So rather than dropping down, slowly lower down, like on a count of 3. Yeah. So both are controlled. Good. And keep your shoulders over your wrists. It's going to be tempting to shift back. Yeah. And let's just do 3 more. And if it's feeling strong here, walk your knees back a couple of inches. That's it. Yeah. Really nice, Joel. There you go. Awesome. Jay, this is so nice for our hands. This is good. All right, good. And then go ahead and turn, come onto your fists. I'll show you a little bit closer up. And turn your fists to face each other. I'll just show you on one side. So it's like if I were on my fist like this. And you're going to roll to the outside evenly and then press back up. So again, it's with control. And this is a stretch for the outside of the wrist. My shoulders stay forward. I roll down, the chest comes down. and then press back up. Whoa, squeeze the outer arms in at the top. So because we're going to be on our hands, we're going to just wake these guys up a little bit. And anytime we feel sensations like, wow, that's a stretch, or wow, that's challenging, those are just opportunities, again, to bring our awareness back to the body. One of my teachers was like, what makes you present? Pain. It's true. We don't need to go that far. But the sensation and intensity does ask us to be present. Good. And Melinda, keep your shoulders over your wrist forward if you can. So shift forward a little bit in your shoulders so they're right over top. There you go. Yeah. And if this is tricky, it's a good thing to play with. Just do one more. Yeah, that's it. Good. And then come back, give your hands a little shake. And then press your hands back down. Claw the mat with your fingertips a little bit. And then find a little bit of what we call a pickle jar. So soften your elbows and screw your hands into the floor. So you bend your elbows and you screw them in. And so you'll start to get this feeling of, yeah, where my shoulder blades connecting underneath me. There's a little bit of levity. It's like, yeah. So there can be a little bit of pliability in your elbows, a little bit. And yeah, and you can make that movement, it can become more and more subtle. So first you might start by really bending your elbows and squeezing your arms in. And then it becomes like a tiny little movement that you can just sort of engage to connect the hands to the arms. Yeah. And then keeping that connection of your hands into the earth, start cat-cow. And just follow your breath and your movement. Enjoy this. Move in a way that feels good. Nice, good. Come back to a neutral spine. Press your hands down. Lift through the core of your body. Inhale, take your right leg back. As you exhale, knee to nose, draw everything in. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. As you exhale, take the right knee outside your right arm. Squeeze it in. Whee! See if you can tap. Inhaling in, take the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, right knee to outer right arm. Squeeze in. Inhaling and stretch the leg back. Exhale, place the knee down. Inhale, take the left leg back. Exhale, core in, knee to nose. Inhaling in, leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhaling in, take the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, round, round, round. Inhaling in, leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, lower the knee down. Walk your knees back a couple of inches. Press back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Pull the hips up and back. Move around a little bit here just to get the lay of the land. Woo, maybe take a couple of nice deep breaths. Hey, Tawny. Nice to see you. Good. Yeah. And then see if you can lift the heel of one hand up here. So you just press into the knuckle. See if you can float the heel of one hand off the floor. Yeah, that's it. And then lower it back down. And then do the same thing with the other side. Just so you feel a little bit more anchored. The whole hand starts to light up. Good. Look forward. Step your feet to the front of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders, lift your chest. Shoulders back. Yeah, nice, Trisha. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Arms down by your side. Bring the feet together. Squeeze the legs in. So give a little bend to your knees. This is a little bit like the hands. Bend the knees and then squeeze them in like you're pouring yourself into I like to say saran wrap. So if you're going to saran wrap your body, slurp them in and up. Settle the fingertips down by your side. Slow breath in. Good. You can straighten the legs a little bit more, Julia. So just kind of bend them to get the sense and then keep that suctioning in as you stretch them to straight. Inhale, take the arms up, reach up, nice wide stretch. As you exhale, forward fold, moving with the breath. Inhaling in, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step 1 foot back at a time, come into high plank. Okay, shoulders over the wrists. Press down a little bit more into your finger pads. Good, Melinda, pull those bottom ribs in just a tiny bit more. Yeah, that's it. Nice, everybody, strong legs. Inhale. Exhale, all the way down to the floor. Stretch the legs back behind you, baby cobra, open your chest. Nice wide heart. As you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Bring your attention back to your breath. Good. Press into the hands a little bit, bend the elbows just a tiny bit, and now find the pickle jar. Yeah, so you wrap your outer arms down towards the earth and underneath you. So we start to feel the hands, the twisting of the hands into the earth, connect to a little bit more buoyancy through the shoulder girdle. One more breath, look forward, step forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Nice soft knees. Rise up, take the arms to the sky, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold, all the way back down. Flow with your breath, no rushing. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step the other foot back, then both feet back. Plank pose. Always nice to alternate your feet. Pause here, inhale. Nice buoyant chest. Draw the low belly in, exhale, lower all the way down, nice and slow. Stretch your toes back, inhale, baby cobra. Open your chest. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees just a tiny bit. And as you lift your hips up a little bit more, press the balls of your feet down like you're going to scrub them towards the back of the mat. And as they do that, kind of sink the heels down. Yeah, Devora, I think bring your feet just a tiny bit closer. I think your feet are a little wide, just a little wide. Yeah. Nice. Good. Press the tops of your thigh bones back. Take one more breath. Look forward. Step your weird foot, then the other foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Rising up, feet together, squeeze your legs, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the legs. Exhale, forward fold, all the way back down. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, nice wide chest. Plant your hands, exhale, step back into plank pose. Pause in plank, inhale, screw your hands into the floor. As you exhale, this time either halfway or all the way down. Inhale into a back bend, this time either baby cobra or up dog, legs straight, hips off the floor. Get the thighs off the floor. If you're an up dog, lift your thighs. Good, exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together, squeeze the legs, look forward, inhale. Exhale all the way out. This time, press through the palms and step or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Good, as you exhale, forward fold. Press down through the feet, reach the arms up, reach up, stretch up. As you exhale, forward fold one more time, all the way down, let all the air go. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step or jump back to chaturanga or all the way down. Back bend as you inhale, flip your feet, pull your heart forward and through. Nice wide chest, pull the arm bones back. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Bring the legs together, squeeze the two legs into one, inhale. Exhale all the way out, tuck your tailbone a little bit to feel your core, and then walk, step or jump your feet up to your hands. Yes, inhale, halfway lift, open chest. Exhale, fold in. Rise all the way up, squeeze your legs, hug the legs in as you reach the arms up like you're an arrow. As you exhale, hands to your side. Squeeze the legs, bend your knees, sit down, chair pose. Reach the arms forward. Now sit a little deeper into your heels. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. So chair pose, when we start to fire up a little bit, this is where the mind starts to get a little distracted. Squeeze the legs in, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen, keep the hips hugging in as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring the elbow to the outside of your knee. Good. Squeeze the legs in, and then from the power of your legs, use that to open your chest more. So draw the ribs in just a tiny bit and pull the top shoulder back. Hug that shoulder blade a little bit more towards your spine and wrap the underside of your rib cage around. Sit down a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to Utkatasana. Stay in the pose. Squeeze your legs. No one has exploded in Utkatasana yet. Yeah, but it's starting to bring a little bit more intensity. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Inhale, lengthen forward. Good, Connie. Lift your chest a little bit more. Exhale, twist to the left, the other side. Good. Pull your right hip back. Sit into your heels a little bit. That's it. And then from the connection of your palms, open your heart. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze them. Slurp up through the midline. Inhale, back to Utkatasana. I know this is the fiery one. Your legs are probably starting to feel it. Sit a little deeper. Rather than resist, use the sensation to stay here. Here, here, here. Inhale. Nice, everybody. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Ha, ha, ha. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Downward dog. All right. Stretch the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, knee to nose and round your spine. So come forward as far as you can. If it's okay on your wrists, bring your shoulders right over your wrists. That's it. Inhale, take the leg back. You can do this in cat-cow as well, you guys. Totally legit. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward and round. Good. Inhale, back to down dog. So Julia, shift your hips back. Down dog, yeah. Good. Lift the right leg up again. Sorry, didn't mean to tell you to drop it. Exhale, draw the knee into your nose one more time. Good. Place the right foot up between your palms, right in the center of your mat. Come high onto your fingertips. Turn your back heel down. Line up front heel to back arch. Good. Lengthen your stance a little bit, Melinda. So everybody lengthen your stance for warrior two. Here we go. Yes. Fingertips down, back heel down. Did I tell you guys to rise up? No. What about big? Come back down. Be in the present moment. All right, fingertips. Now from your heel, press your heel down, but pull your right hip back and underneath you just a little bit more. Good. Now rise up, warrior two. Warrior two. Okay, shift your hips, bring your forearm onto your front thigh. Bhujasana. Take your top arm up and over your ear. Right arm, Julia, onto your right thigh. There we go. Bhujasana, side angle. Bend into your front knee a little bit more. That's it. Now use the connection of the forearm. I know some of you have more depth, but use the connection of the forearm to lift the side of your waist. So just create space. I know you can go deeper, but we'll get there. Take one more breath here. Warrior two, rise up, stay in warrior two. Yeah. Sit down even deeper. Rather than resist, sit down into your legs. Yeah, Kendra. Exhale, hands to the floor. Plank pose. Stay in plank. Plank. Can you guys hear me? Plank pose. High push-up position. All right. Press into your hands. From the hands, find a little bit more buoyancy through your hips. That's it. And starts to get a little challenging. Use the breath as a thread to support you. Connie, melt your heart just a tiny bit. Yes, pull your sternum just a tiny bit more forward. That's it. Downward dog. Inhale, take your left leg up. Exhale, draw knee to nose, shift forward and round. Beautiful. Inhale, take the leg back and up. Exhale, shift forward and round. Squeeze in, hug in. Exhale all the breath out. One more time. Inhale, take the leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward and round. Good. Place the foot between your hands. Come onto your fingertips. Turn your back foot down. And then take a moment. Be present in your body. Line up front heel to back arch. Assess, do I have a long enough stance for my own fire? Okay, keep your knee over your ankle. Pull your left hip back just a little bit and underneath you. Rise up, warrior two. Warrior two. Great. Good. Sit down into your front heel. Yeah. That was so nice. Then fire up the back leg just a tiny bit more. Shift your hips back. Bring your forearm onto your thigh. Bhujasana. Good, Melinda. Bend your knee just a little bit more. There it is. Yeah. Good. And then take your top arm up and over your ear. Now press into your back foot and use that to find more length through the core of your body. And as you press through your front heel, keep your knee where it is, but pull the outer left hip back and under you just a tiny bit more. Good, Kendra. Turn your chest open now to the side wall. Yes. Good. Nice, Haley. Inhale, warrior two. Stay in the leg. Open your chest. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, take your hands down, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Downward dog. Good. Inhale, come forward into plank. Lower your knees down. Come down onto your forearms. Interlace your hands. Onto your elbows. Interlace your hands together. Step one foot back. Come into a forearm plank. Okay. Press through the toes. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Lift your hips a little higher than you're supposed to. Yeah, good. Now lengthen your tailbone. Tuck your tailbone down towards your heels. Tuck your tailbone. Good. Yeah, good. And now press the forearms down and stretch your sternum forward. Stretch your sternum forward. Good, Julia. You can lower your hips and tuck your tailbone a tiny bit more. Good, Joel. Now shift forward onto your tippy toes. Bring your chest forward towards your fists. And now shift back. Yeah, so stretch your heels back. Good. And then come on forward. Shift your chest forward. Good. Keep your chest bright and then shift back. Good. Haley, lower your hips an inch. Shifting forward. Good. Nice, Tawny. And then shifting back. One more time. Shift forward. Stay here. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Lower your knees down. Come to sit back on your heels. Sit back on your heels and get quiet. Go inside. Yeah, you can stretch your toes back, flatten your feet, close your eyes, go inside, breathe. I know, Matthew, you chose like a power class. This is a little bit of power class. Okay, but let things settle. This is like coming back to the open space. Downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, stretch your right leg back and up. The right leg. Exhale, take your right knee to the outside of your right shoulder or as close as you can get. Good. Lift it up to your shoulder, lift it up to your shoulder. Down to your shoulder. Erica, stay in the plank pose. To your shoulder. Now slide your knee down to your wrist. We did this last week. Down to your wrist. Now hike it back up like a little elevator. Slurp, 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 slurp. And then back down to your wrist. And then back up to your shoulder. Squeeze in, knee to your shoulder, and step the foot between your hands. Turn your back heel on its side. Rise up, warrior 2. Warrior 2. Shift your hips. Bring your elbow onto your thigh. Good, Erica, take a little bit of a longer stance. If you can, walk your back foot back, maybe 3 inches. Yes. Now bring the elbow to the inside of your knee. To the inside of your knee. Press your knee into your elbow into your knee. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, take the fingertips down to the floor. Option 3, start to bend the elbow. You can take your top arm over your ear. Press your knee and your elbow together. We're trying to slide our shoulders to the inside. Now it's okay if your chest turns slightly down in this version of the pose. Yeah, good, Beth. Bend your front knee just a tiny bit more. And then press through the back foot, slurp up through the sides of your waist and stretch. Good, good, good. If you can, bend your right elbow just a tiny bit more and bring your shoulder more inside your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, to the inside of your front foot. You might need to walk your right foot a little bit more to the right. Shift your hips back a little bit, lizard pose. So pull the belly in, walk your hands forward. Stay high onto your fingertips. Curl the back toes under. Option to lift the back leg up. Yep. That's it. Reach the chest forward. Send your tailbone back. Good. Walk your hands back to the inside of your front foot. This is what I call the evil foot pickup, which we're going to try. It's very fun. So what you'll do is you'll probably want to have your hands on your blocks. So bring your hands on either side onto blocks with you can bring your hands on either side of your front foot. Press the palms down so that you get buoyant. So I can press the palms down, but I want to actually lift my hips as high as I can without shifting the knee back, right? So this would be me shifting the hips back, but I keep my knee right over my ankle, and then I lift my hip as high as I can and scoop the belly a little bit. So pull up through the center of the body, press the hands down. From here, you're going to hover the right foot, slide it back into plank, and then draw the foot back in and hover it in between your hands. This is why blocks are helpful. All right, so press the hands down. Yes. Hover the foot. Oreo's making a little canal there. Good, good, good. Bring the foot back. Almost step it down, but don't put it down. Don't put it down. Yeah. And then pick the foot up, slide it back into plank. Lift your foot, slide it back into plank. Then draw the right knee in, hover the foot. Hover the foot. Okay, and then place the right foot down by your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. Bring your hands onto your front thigh. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Take a low lunge. Squeeze your glutes. Let the hips sink forward. Take a slow breath in. Exhale. Take your hands back down to your block. Squeeze your inner thighs. Slide your hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Press down through your front heel a little bit. Pull back. Yeah. Good. Joel, activate your front foot. So spread the ball of the foot. So flex it a little bit. Yeah, you got it. Nice. As you inhale, get a little longer. As you exhale, soften. All right, inhale, shift on forward, press your hands down, step back into downward facing dog. Okay. Inhale, take the left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, knee outside your shoulder, shift forward. Okay, hike up, press down through your hands, slide your knee down to your wrist, down, 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 slide it down, pull it on up, little elevator. Yep, just do the best you can, you guys. Stay with it, bring the knee down to the wrist, and then slide it back up. Lift your hips way high up, pull the knee up, pull up through the center of the belly, lift your core more, lift your hips more, Kendra, woo! And then go ahead and place the foot between the hands. Turn your back heel on its side, rise up warrior two. Shift your hips, bring your forearm onto your front thigh. Good. Now sneak your elbow to the inside of your front knee. Yep, feel that connection, knee into elbow, elbow into knee. And then option to bring the hands to the floor, take the top arm up, arm over your ear. Good, good, good. Press the knee into the arm into the knee. Lean back into your leg a little bit. Scoop your tailbone under and find a little bit more length through the sides of your waist. Good. If possible, bend your right elbow a little bit more and bring your body to the inside of your thigh. Yes. Yeah, nice, Connie. There you go. Woo. All right, one more breath. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Turn your back heel up, lower your back knee down. Take your hands to the inside of your front foot. Shift your hips back just a little bit, draw the core in, and then walk forward on fingertips. Let your chest melt down towards the floor. Find a little bit more connection of your left shoulder to your left arm. Curl the back toes under, option to lift the back knee up. Good. And then again, finding the breath. Good, take one more deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back, bring your hands onto your blocks to either side of your front foot. Press the palms down. Squeeze your legs in. Now, with the toes down, lift your hips as much as you can. Lift your hips up. Yes, you create so much space between your belly and the floor. Press the palms down. Now lift your left foot off the floor and hover it exactly where it is. Yeah, nice, Beth. Yeah, Devorah, that's it. Good, and then slide the leg back to plank pose. Nothing changes. Keep your shoulders where they are. Good, you can keep the foot lifted and then draw the left knee into your belly. Hover the foot, hover the foot. Yes, Melinda, that's it. Good, slide it on back, plank pose. One more time, draw it in, draw the knee into your belly, hover the foot, hover the foot, hover the foot, hover the foot. Place the foot down. Lower your knees down, bring your hands onto your front thigh. Come on up, low lunge, reach the arms up towards the sky. Ah, yeah. Drop the tailbone down a little bit more, squeeze your glutes, nice stretch for the front of your hip. And exhale, take your hands onto your block, squeeze the inner thighs as you slide your hips back. Find your breath. So if the attention's gotten, the mind's gotten chaotic, when it gets chaotic, we come back to the breath, to a simple feeling in the body. So Joel, we're in hamstring stretch, left foot forward. Okay, 2 more breaths. Nice. Okay, bend your front knee. Place your hands, step back, down dog. Bring your feet together. Walk your hands back to your feet. Okay, toes together. Come on, sit down into a little squat. Take your knees wide. Bring your hands forward a little bit, Bhujasana. So come on in, lower your chest down, bring the knees to clamp outside the upper arms, screw the hands into the floor, and then pause. Find a little bit of lift underneath the armpits. So sometimes we tend to flatten out. So I want you to press down and find a little bit of lift. Yes, good. Squeeze your knees onto your outer upper arms. Look forward, just like those little plank shifting forward. I want you to shift your chest forward. Shift forward, shift forward, shift forward. Haley, see if you can keep your hips a lot lower. See if that's possible. Yeah, Kendra. Shift forward and then maybe bring the feet up. Good. Now, Tani, drop your tailbone and lift your chest more. Yeah, now bring your heels up to your butt. Heels up, heels up. There it is. That's the pose. That's it. Okay, everybody come down, forward fold. Oof. Let things settle. Settle, drop the head, drop your head, drop your head. Okay, walk your hands back out slowly, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, take the knee to the outside of your right arm. Wee, squeeze it in. Stay here. No, keep the foot lifted. Bring your knee to the outside of your left arm. Cross the body. Whoa, yes. Bring it back to the center and exhale. Place the foot by your right thumb. Good. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel, so you might need to widen them just a little bit. Good. Squeeze your legs in, rise up, high lunge. Yep. Bend your front knee, plug into the back toes. From the power of your back toes, stretch your back leg to straight. Stretch the arms up. Take a nice big breath. Good. As you exhale, bring your hands back down to the floor, to your blocks. Lower the back knee down again. This time, walk your right foot a little bit more to the right. So your foot is turning out a little bit. Shift your hips back. So you're doing Ardha Hanumanasana, but this time you're a little bit more inside your leg. Plug into your heel, pull the outer right hip back and in as you stretch the chest forward. Come on back, bend your front knee. Take your hands to the inside of your front foot this time. Okay, now from here, you're gonna pull the hips back a little bit. Get a little buoyant through the rib cage. So pull up and then drop your chest as close to the floor as you can. As you drop your chest down to the inside of your leg, see if you can tuck now your right shoulder underneath your right shin. So you might need to bring your hand to the back of your shin, see if you can tuck the shoulder underneath and come onto fingertips. You can just stay here like a crazy awkward spider or start to lift the back leg up. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then float the hands. Flying lizard. Nice, Joel. That's it. A little bit more power through the back leg. That's it. Maybe you can clasp the hands behind your back. There it is. Yes, yes, yes. Nice work. Connie, keep lifting the back thigh a little bit more. Just, yeah, one more breath. Yeah, that's it. Good. Unwind the arms. Everybody bring the hands to the inside of the front foot. Again, lift the back leg as much as you can. Clamp the knee onto the outer right arm and lift onto the ball of your right foot. So you got your heel up, so you get really high and then scoop the belly up. Stay this lifted through your chest. Lift the right foot. Inhale, step back into plank pose. Whee! And exhale, press back down dog. Nice. Inhale, take your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, take the left knee to the outside of your left shoulder. Yes, keep your hips nice and high. Take the knee to the outside of your right shoulder, across the body underneath. Little baby twist. Yeah, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, place the left foot by your left thumb. Squeeze and rise up, high lunge. In these moments where we have there's a little pause here, right? High lunge, our bodies know this place. This is where we can recollect ourselves. Come back to the center, come back to the breath. Sink down into your legs a little bit more. And from the power of your legs, stretch up through the sides of your waist. Yeah, good. One more breath. As you exhale, take your hands slowly down to the floor. Bring your hands to the inside of your front foot. Walk your left foot a little bit more to the left. Lower the back knee and then stretch the hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. With a twist. Not with a literal twist, but with a little difference. Yeah, press your left heel down. Pull the outer left hip back and in. And now from the hips being kind of anchored and connected, stretch your chest forward. Get a little brighter through your heart. And one more breath. Great. Shift on forward. Place your hands to the inside of your front thigh. Get your tailbone a little brighter. Pull your tail back a little bit to give yourself a little bit of room. And now let your chest drop to the floor. Chest down, 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 and tuck your left shoulder underneath your left leg. That's it. It's like super cozy. Yep. Then once you got that, go ahead and perch onto your fingertips. Lift your back knee off the floor. Press down into your foot, get your hips nice and buoyant, and then float your hands. Good, good, good. Squeeze your legs in. If you got your hands floated, bind them behind your back. Nice. It's appropriate. We have like carnival music. Go ahead and bring your hands back down to the floor. Place your hands to the inside of your front foot. Lift your front heel up. Lift your back knee up. Squeeze your left knee onto your outer left arm. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Now lift your left foot off the floor. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. Nice, Haley. That's it. See if you can lift the knee off the floor. That's it. Good. Step back into downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa, or stay in down dog, or lower to child's pose. Wherever you are, settle. Settle. That's good. Connie, let your shoulders come back just a tiny bit more so your heart has a little more space. That's it. Yeah. Ooh, good work. Okay. Beautiful. Lower your knees down. Grab your blocks. Okay. And bring your blocks. I'm just going to show you from the front. You're going to bring your blocks. Actually, I'll show you from the side. Right, not right next to you, but kind of in front of you, like just in front of your hips. Okay. Now from here, we're going to hold on to the backs of our knees, lean back, come onto the toes. Hollow the belly out just a little bit, draw the shoulders back, squeeze the legs together, lift the legs. Navasana. Navasana. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the legs. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, stretch the arms. Yeah, toes on the floor is fine as well. Just scoop the belly in, use that to support, and then lift your chest. All right, here we are. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower the toes down, hands on block. So here's the thing. We're going to make ourselves a human swing. So as we press the hands down, the hips are going to slide back. And so my body's going to come a little bit more forward. I'll show you. I'm going to cross the shins. So I'm squeezing these guys like crazy. With the blocks in front of me, I lean forward. Notice this is almost like a cat back. I'm going to lean forward, pull up so I can swing the legs back, and then sit back down. Give it a try. You're a human swing. Yeah, you can try this without blocks too, but it's hard for most of us. Yeah, and Melinda, you can even turn your blocks up a notch if you want to. Yeah, we don't need to jump back. We're not doing Ashtanga. We're just trying it out. Okay, come back. Give your wrists a little roll. Give your wrists a little shake. Yeah, and squeeze the legs together. Lift them up again. Hollow out the belly. Lift your chest. Again, you can stay with the toes down and just work on this feeling of lifting and hollowing, or you can lift the legs up and squeeze, or you can stretch the arms forward. If you're feeling really bold, stretch the legs together. Squeeze them in. Squeeze them in. Yes. Good. Cross the shins the other way. Hands onto the blocks. Again, it's a scoop and lift. Scoop and lift. And then on back down. All right. Give your hands a little shake. Come to face me. Give your legs a little shake. All right. So from here, we're going to do what I call stirring the soup. I think, Trisha, you've heard this. So I'm going to hold on to my foot. I'm going to grab onto my heel and to my leg, and we're going to stir the soup. Here you go. I'm like stirring my hip and stirring the soup. Okay, maybe take it the other direction. All right, and then baby cradle. So first let's start actually by pulling the leg back a few times. Oh, and then we can cross the shin in front of us, and you can just hold on to the shin here. Depending on the shape of your hip socket flexibility, you might cradle the leg. It's like a little baby. Yeah, and then try not to roll back and get hunchy. Instead, stay lifted onto your sitting bones. That's it. Okay, good. Let that leg go. Give your hands a little shake. Let's do the other side. So grab onto your heel, grab onto the sole of your foot. Doesn't really matter so much where you grab the foot. But I'm taking it through all of its directions. So nice big circles. And really from the hip. So it's almost like, yeah, I feel like all the edges of my hip socket. Good. And then pull it back a couple times. So you hold on with the same hand is a little easier. Pull the knee back by the side of the waist and out, and back. Yep. And back. Little baby cradle. Then sit up nice and tall. Okay. Back to the front leg. So this is where the right leg. So this is what we're going to do. You can use your blocks if you want to. I'll show you from the side. So I'm going to take the leg back. Actually, I'll show you from a diagonal. So I'm going to take the leg back. What I'm doing is I'm creating some space. Then I'll take my right arm underneath and use my elbow to bring my leg back as far as I can. Clamp the hand down, clamp the leg down. So I'm making a little seal here of my thigh squeezing in over my shoulder. Now, my hands are in front of my hips. What I need to remember here is that feeling of scooping up and back. So I push through my hands and I use that to swing my hips back and up. So I press down, lift up, my hips swing back, clamp a lot, and then maybe you can float the left leg up. All right, I'm gonna come watch ya. So here we go. Yeah. Clamp the thigh over the arms, lean forward, slide your front heel back. And then lift your bum off the floor, maybe lift your foot. Yeah, nice, Jade. There we go. Yeah, and then come on down. This is a goofy pose. Is this gonna help you do your finances? Is this gonna help you like your job? No, but it's fun. All right, let's do the other side. We're gonna do it again. Don't worry, you'll have another chance. All right, so this time, haul the left one over your shoulder. It's like you're putting on a purse. Haul your left leg over your shoulder. Get low so you can tuck your arm underneath and then plant your hand down. Clamp your shin on your upper arm. Yeah, your elbows can be a little wide if you need to. Now press your hands down, scoop your belly, push the hands down, slide your hips back, lift your leg. Lift your leg. Good, lean forward a little bit more, Connie. Yeah, with your, I know. Whoa. Good, and then come on down. Nice, Kendra. Yeah, all right. I know, ridiculous. Okay, let's do it again. All right. So this time, actually watch me once, and I'll show you the transition into Ashtavrasana. So this is called Hasta Bhujasana. It's basically like arm pose. It's like one-handed arm pose. So the trick with this next one too is being a swing set. So if you remember that feeling of lifting and swinging back, we have to bring the hips back in order to bring the chest forward. So if I don't swing my hips, it's like I'm a fulcrum. If I don't get the hips back, I can't tip the chest forward. And that's what we need for this, for both for that pose and for this pose. So for this one, it starts off just the same way, right? I'm gonna clamp, but this time I'm gonna clamp my bottom foot over my top foot. Don't put it underneath, then there's nothing to hold on to it. So you clamp it over. I'm gonna do the same thing. My hands come down, my chest goes forward. Like watch how much my chest has to go forward here. Whee, forward. And then I can squeeze the legs to my side. You see how my hips are going back? So it's that swinging action here. That is what allows me to get the hips back. So I got to bring my chest forward. So we can either do what we did before, or you can start to play into this next variation. Okay, give your hands a little shake. Let's do the right leg first. Okay. Tuck your shoulder, make yourself a human suitcase. Tuck your right thigh over your right arm. Clamp down, squeeze in. Now, if you want to do Ashtavrasana, bring your bottom foot over your top foot. Good. Press down, lean forward, scoop back, scoop in. Yeah, chest forward, and legs out to the side, Joel. Extend your legs to the right. Stretch them out. That's the next part. Yeah, nice, Erica. Beautiful, Beth. Yeah, really nice work, everybody. Yeah, good. And then come on back. So the thing about this pose is that, yes, they are about strength. They are about strength to some extent, but a lot of this is about body weight management. And it's about figuring out how to bring enough weight forward so that the back can get light like a seesaw. So that's definitely one component of this. Let's try the other side. Okay, swing your left leg over your left arm. Press down, squeeze in. Squeeze in, pull up through your pelvic floor, squeeze in, lean forward, swing your hips back. Chest forward, hips back, back. I know, I see you, Erica, I know, the struggle is real, yes. Hips back. Yeah, nice divorce, stretch through the legs, beautiful, Jade. Really nice work. Yeah, good. And then swing back up with control. With control, pull back up. Yeah, there we go. Good. Yeah, Erica, that's the fight. Yes. Good. And then come on back out of there. You guys give your hands a little shake. Woo. Okay. Pause for a moment, either sitting on your shins or in Sukhasana, wherever you landed is good. Again, let's let it settle. This is what I call the snow globe. It's like the thoughts, the chaos, all of that snow globe is like all of the distraction in the mind and the craziness. And then we let it settle and there's the space. Let your eyes open. All right. Take your legs wide. Tuck your left heel into your groin. If you need more space, sometimes my knee bugs me. So if your knee ever kind of does the same, you can always just give yourself more room or put a block underneath here. And from here, turn your chest over your right leg, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhaling in, come on back up. Take your right forearm onto your right thigh or behind your right thigh. Turn your chest a little bit more to the left, side stretch up and over now. So anchor the left hip down. And you have some options here with your arm. You can keep the fingertips behind you, stay nice and high and spacious, or you can bring the hand to the inside of the front leg. And from the inside of the front leg, you may be able to bring your forearm down to the floor or hold on to the foot. Right? Anchor into the left hip. And that top arm might be able to come up and over and hold on to the outside of your foot. Nice big side stretch. Take one more breath. Rise on back up. Take your right hand behind you. Sweep your arm over. This is a big, beautiful stretch for the front line of the body. Take your arm back, open your heart. And then go ahead and come down to sit. Extend the left leg out. Pull the right heel in. Turn your chest for a moment. Just a natural forward fold. This looks like Janu Shirshasana, right? Inhaling in, come on back up. Take your hands either to the top of your shin, behind your shin, or in front of your shin. Smooth the ribs in. Take the top arm up and over. Nice big side stretch. Anchor the right hip down as you stretch through the side body. And then options here. Press through the right hip. Yeah, lovely. Breathe into the top side of your waist. Good. Inhaling in, rise all the way back up. Take your right hand back behind you now. Stand onto your right knee. Take your top arm over. Big stretch. Yeah. Oh. Lovely. And then come and sit down. Beautiful. Okay, come into a comfortable seat. A comfortable seat. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Join your thumb and your forefinger. This is a symbol, Jnana Mudra, of everything coming together and of the connection of the individual to the whole, our connection to something greater than ourselves. Your shoulders drop. Soften your ribs in, let your eyes close. Bring your attention to the breath, bringing a soft constriction to the back of your throat, Ujjayi, just so that again, we have that thread of connection and can harness our awareness to the breath intentionally. Smooth out your inhales and your exhales, and inhale for your own count of 5. Exhale for your own count of 5, just making the breath even, inhales and exhales. Letting the sound of the Ujjayi be a place to bring your mind. After your next exhale, let the Ujjayi go and rest in this open space of awareness. Let yourself relax and settle into this always and ever present sense of awareness that holds all things, that holds all of our experience. It's a little bit like an, here I am. And Shavasana. If you want to stay here in this space, you can. Otherwise, make your way down onto your back now. Shavasana is an expression of the ultimate letting go, where we take corpse pose and let ourselves die to those senses of the personality, the stories that so often navigate our life. And in this pose, we let that rest. Let it all rest so that we can just settle and relax into the space of awareness that holds all of that. It's not separate, it's the container, the great space that can hold all of that for us. And let yourself get still and quiet. Begin to deepen your breath. Move your fingers, move your toes. And let a little bit more breath, bless you, come into your body. Draw your knees into your chest, roll over onto your right side. Come all the way to sit. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Let the thumbs rest at the heart center. Let your presence settle into the space of your heart. We'll end our practice with one Om together. And if you'd like, you can listen or you could hum. First, take a deep breath. Exhale it out. And inhale to Om. Namaste. And here's the invitation, is that it's so tempting to have this space in meditation and then to rush back into the life, the snow globe. So can you keep one inward eye in the snow globe, the space, as we move into the rest of the day? And just drop back in a couple times a day. Just go like, okay, wow. Here I am. All right. So good to practice with you all today. If you have questions, please hang out. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Thanks, Rachel. That was great.
You're welcome, Jade.
Thank you so much. Powerful.
Power class.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome, Matthew. So nice to see you.
That was beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful. Oh, go on, Matthew. Go on, whoever's talking.
Joel.
Oh, it was me.
Oh, Joe. Hey, Joe.
That was beautiful and intense.
Woo! Preach, Joe. Preach.
Practice.
Yeah, good. Really good. Thank you. Guys, everyone, have a great day.
You too. Rachel, I have a question. Thank you. Oh, Joel said exactly what I felt. The mudra.
Yes.
It brings everything together, right?
Yeah. It's like the individual connected to the whole.
Oh, wow. Love.
Yeah.
And what's the Sanskrit for that or whatever? What's the name? Or not Sanskrit, but what's the name?
Yeah. It's
okay.
Yana. I'll put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, Yana. I like that. I always wondered about that. Yana. Okay. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Sometimes it's called chin mudra, but Yana is how I most often have heard it.
Okay. Yana mudra. I like that.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Beautiful class.
Hi, Connie. Connie, how you doing? You did great.
I was looking for a foot pump to pump me up off my hips. Give me a little airbag.
You just need a little like a little lift.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later. It's great. You did great, Connie.
Oh, thanks.